So we're days removed from the Orlando Magic making the biggest trade of the offseason so far. They land Desmond Bane, and they had to pay a pretty steep price to acquire him. The Magic surrendered Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 2025 pick, which is the number 16 pick, 2026 first round swap, 2028 first round pick, a 2029 first round swap, and a 2030 first round pick. Now, when you look at this trade at first glance, as many did when the trade first went down on Sunday, it's a very big price to pay for a player who is a zero-time All-Star. However, I absolutely love this move for the Magic. I think this is the perfect fit, and I think this is exactly what the Magic needed, as they now have a very young, compelling core, as the Magic are a sleeper team all of a sudden in the Eastern Conference and can be a team that makes a significant leap in an East that will be wide open going into next season. But I think this trade puts them into that next level, as they do have Bane, who is a legitimate 3-level scorer who's going to bring the shooting, spacing, and movement that this Magic team desperately needed to unlock their offense. A Magic offense that hasn't finished higher than 22nd in efficiency since 2012. In this one, guys, I'm going to look at this move further and what it means for Orlando going forward. Sub to the channel if you are new, plus ring the bell for more NBA content just like this. So Bane, what pops out immediately is that he's a career 41% three-point shooter on more than 6 attempts per game. And he can absolutely pulverize teams on or off the ball. He averaged 20 points per game over the last 4 years while flirting with 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. And he's actually a very good playmaker. He's grown in that regard. He's always making excellent reads and decisions. He averaged 5.3 assists last season, and he's very good at finding shooters. Orlando this past season shot a league low 29.7% from three-point range off kickoff passes from the paint, and Bane's definitely going to help him with that. And you look at Bane, he's also a great defender with a strong frame, and you look at what Bane actually did against his now teammates in 2 games that the Grizzlies had against the Magic this past season. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner combined to go 4 of 13 from the field when Bane contested their shots. And also, the opponents shot 37.9% when Bane heavily contested the shot throughout the regular season. And among the 210 players who heavily contested at least 300 shots, that mark ranked 21st. And in 69 regular season games this past year, Bane averaged 19.2 points on 48.4% overall shooting, 39.2% from three-point land, and 89.4% from the line. He was the only player in the league to reach all 3 of those marks among qualified players. As you look at Bane's insertion in the Magic starting lineup, the Magic now have such a complete team. And it's going to be an offense that will be tough to shut down, because Bane's arrival, it's just going to be a match made in heaven with Paolo and Franz, how deadly they are playing to their strengths. And now you're going to have Bane running around, running those routes, getting open, hitting those threes. This is the spacing that Paolo and Franz desperately needed. And it's also going to make Bane become a much better player, because he's going to get much more clean looks and more opportunities to do his thing from beyond the arc when you got Franz and Paolo, who do a great job of attracting attention and getting downhill. So I know when you look at it, the Magic, they did give control of 5 first-round picks, but the Magic, even before this trade, they were in the middle of the East at the very least before this deal went down. And now with Bane, the chance that any of those picks are going to turn into somebody that's on Bane's level, it's going to be slim. So Orlando, although it's a big gamble, are paying a lot of first-round picks. They're trading off with somebody who they know who they're going to get right away, and they know who's going to assist their team. Now, could the Magic have waited to spend that on a bigger star? The Magic, they weren't willing to wait for any superstar sweepstakes, and we know how tough it is to get in to those conversations. They know they have a really good team now. They saw an opportunity to get better, and the Magic, I mean, this is a team that hasn't made a big move like this, it feels like, for a while. And they haven't had a legitimate shooting guard who is going to help this team for a while. I mean, when's the last time the Magic had anybody close to Bane? Like, the last good shooting guard I can remember the Magic having is Aaron Aflalo. So I think Bane is just the tremendous fit here with the Magic. He's going to help this team. Again, you got a young core. It's a young, dynamic, two-way core, all 26 and younger. Banchero, Wagner, you got Jalen Suggs, Bane. I mean, how about that backcourt with Suggs and Bane? Good luck trying to score on them. And Orlando, they're just going to have a really good balance now on both sides of the ball. This is going to be a terrific defensive team. Their offense got a much needed lift, particularly from the outside with its three-point shooting. This was a team that, you know, was not a good three-point shooting team. Bane's going to fix that. So this is a gamble by the Magic in some sense with all the first-round picks, but I think this was the right gamble to take for a team that is looking to take that next jump, and they do have the key pieces intact. Like, we're not talking about a Magic team that didn't have anything before making this trade. Like, you got, in my opinion, a fringe superstar in Paolo Banchero. I think he can become that. Franz Wagner is a star. You got Jalen Suggs, who is an amazing defender. And now you're going to have Bane. Like, the Magic have a very compelling five when you look at who they have. So this is a job well done by Orlando. I really like their aggressiveness here. They saw an opportunity. They went after a player who they feel like is the perfect fit with their core and roster, and that is Bane. So this really gives Orlando now a real chance in a wide open East going into next season. And not every team would have looked at this situation that Orlando has and made the trade, but Orlando, they were willing to pull the trigger. So Desmond Bane, we will see how he looks with the Magic, but the Orlando Magic, they had a down year this past season, obviously after they made a leap the season before, looking to return into that upper echelon. But really, like, obviously it's still early to say where this team ranks, but just looking at it now, like, the Celtics are going to take a step back, the Bucks are going to take a step back, no Damian Lillard. You got Indiana and New York. There's a real opportunity there. Like, Orlando can easily find themselves back into that top four after a trade like this, and if everybody stays healthy. And, you know, we've seen it with this Pacers run. Like, in the East, it seems like you got a chance as long as you get in and you have favorable matchups. So Orlando, they could be that next team in the East that makes a surprise run. And it could all be thanks to a deal like this that potentially puts them over the top and allows them to enter contention. So I really like this move. I think it's a really big home run hit by Orlando. Wait for them to seize the moment, seize their opportunity, get aggressive when it matters. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you like Desmond Bane on the Magic? How do you rank the Magic now in the East? Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel for more. That's it from me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you all again in the next one.